Hey, what's up? It's Kit, time for another video. Today, we are going to rig the Jigpara short. Jigpara vertical short. Okay, this is a fast jig, but it's kind of unique because, now remember this, there are, before the convention, okay, the convention before was that fast jigs were symmetrical and slow jigs asymmetrical. Now you will find a lot of fast jigs that are asymmetrical, and they're kind of like a cross between a fast jig and a slow jig, which means that they have a fluttering function. This is no different. So basically it is a fast jig that you can fish like a slow jig because it will flutter. Okay, it will flutter. And usually what happens is that with these types of jigs, these are newer than the older style, of course. So with these jigs, another example of this, of course, is the drift tune that we have a video for. But these jigs, basically, what you do is that you can work them fast, and then you could just slow down, work them slow, and then just let them drop. Sometimes the same motions that you would do with the fast slow jig, and then they would work. But they're predominantly a fast jig. Okay, so this one is actually a very good one. Now you could work really fast, okay, be it spinning or conventional, and you could just slow down, stop, and this will work like a slow jig. So quite a killer. And the biggest advantage of these, of course, is that you don't get tired when working them. We are going to be double rigging this, and the cord that we use today is the Zaito or owner PFZ 05 240 pound. For the sake of expedience, I have already spliced them onto a solid ring, and as you can tell, we're gonna double hook rig this, and we are going to be using the chase. Now, one of the things that you actually will notice is that I will rig this slow jig style. And there's a perfectly good reason for that. You could rig it normally, that's fine. But the whole point of rigging the hooks facing out and facing in is that when you are facing, or you are rigging this facing in, what happens is that you have a shot for the other hook to snag the fish. Okay, that is the biggest thing there. So with that, let's go ahead and rig these. And you notice that, or like that, it's perfectly fine. Now we will rig these the more traditional way also. Okay, like that. Okay. So the hooks are chase, jigger medium chase. One of my absolute favorites, of course. This is a 6/0. Okay. So let's start. Again, we are wrapping a few times until it doesn't slide anymore, which means it's on there tight. And then we can proceed to wrapping back. Before I started, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually cut these so that they're equal length, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in so that you can see what is happening here. Okay, so that's on there pretty tight, and we are wrapping. Okay, so that is super tight, and we are really singeing it down. Okay, just making sure everything is, there we go. Again, super tight. You can see there we're binding it super tight, and we're making sure that we are getting the gaps. That is it. Okay, so there's, okay, there we go. Now we can wrap back. Okay, just make sure that there are no gaps. That's just me. Either way, it's fine. We're gonna cover this with shrink wrap or shrink tube. So I just want to be very clean, even if it's not gonna be the same. I am quite confident that this will hold, that I'm not even going to apply super glue. I'm just gonna let it stay as is, and then shrink wrap that later. That's how confident I am that this thing's gonna stay the way it would stay, as it should. Okay, now you have to make sure that these are equal. It's fine if they're not equal, it's just nice if they are. A bit short there, which is fine. something I don't like. Ouch. Okay. Okay, we've successfully inserted the hook to the cord. Now we bind. So now we're gonna have to tape this just so it's easier to work with. There we go. The shorter this is, the easier to work with. Okay. Perfect. Now, you can see there, it's quite clean. I insist on having this as clean as possible, even if we're going to put shrink tube on this. I always insist, whether people see it or not, it has to be clean as I can make it. Here we go. Okay, now it's time to close this baby. All right. So there we have it. Now for you guys that are new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. This channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And the topic of today's video is rigging the Jigpara vertical short. So that's done. All we have to do now is measure. We'll do blue for this one. Measure 2 of these. Well, we'll just do 1 layer. Okay. Do the same length for the other one. And we will carefully insert like so. Okay, and we'll do the other one. Okay, now I'm gonna back you up a tad bit just so you, oh, actually, you know what, this is better. Now, never use this lighter, okay? No. What you should be using is a blue flame. See there? You can see the compression of the blue flame on this thing, okay? Now this is a tad longer than I want. I just wanted it to cover. But as a demo, I'm showing you how this compresses. And you can see that it's compressing really nicely. More than a lighter of this type. Plus, look at how blue it is. Instead of actually having, you know, black bits on it, soot, it doesn't have it. Because this does not produce soot. It's so hot. See, look at that. You just have to be pretty fast, otherwise it'll burn. So, okay, let's put a split ring. I'm actually kind of sketched out because of the hooks. They're super sharp. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Alrighty. Now, where we we are. So remember, these are, this is going to be connected like that. All right, so you have your hooks hanging out like that. Okay. So it's going to be like that. So when one hook actually engages and it shakes, one will more than likely also snag the fish. Just like that. Now, if they are say like that, okay, what happens is that if the fish actually grabs, you can see that one hook is pointed out and there's no way for it to snag. So if both of them are pointed in, once this is hooked, since it's already pointing in, there's a huge chance that this will also hook the fish. And providing that these hooks are actually very sharp, the likelihood of that happening is actually quite high. So there we go. That is the Jigpara short. And how to rig it. So you can rig it with a single hook. You can rig it like this. You can rig it slow jigging style, which is to put both hooks together like so. And that'll work too. But for me, what I have found is that if I separate these and have them face in, so one would face up, one would face down. So one side facing up, one side facing down. And it doesn't matter where. But worked like this, it swims really well. The hooks will find the target. And I have used this to hook some nice tuna. And these tuna are not too active also. So that's it, guys. If you have questions about this, drop it in the comment section and then we'll have a discussion. All right. I like this jig actually. And I think the best thing about this jig is that it is also very cost effective because it is a Majorcraft. And although it is made elsewhere, the main market for this is Japan. So the quality is actually top notch. So the finish is actually really good. The metal, how this jig is constructed, can't bend it. It has the right metals. And it works. It's one of those, I mean, as far as Majorcraft is concerned, everything that they make is actually very easy to use and very intuitive. So there's almost no wrong way of using them. And that's just how Majorcraft is, and this is the reason why they've become quite successful in this very competitive market, because they make lures and gear that's easy to use. And this is one of them. All right. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. There we go. Now straight. Once again, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, give it a like. If you like the video, thumbs up. Please share if you care. And most importantly, subscribe if you have not. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.